Okay. So, let me make sure everything's working. I will do pop-out chat. I'm also gonna have to resize the game, but I can do that in a second. I'm gonna have... Okay, so just give me 1 second to actually go in the game. So yeah, as the title and description say, I am now going to remake the KHII Let's Play in live stream format. Okay, so now I know how big the game window needs to be. Oh, right there. And a little bit right there. And now the whole screen is filled, so that's good. So, I'm doing something a little unusual from the usual live stream format. I'm not going to use my stream background, and I'm not going to have the chat appear on video, because, well, at the very least, KH2 will have an appearance that can go alongside KH1 and 3. But, yeah. So, what difficulty am I gonna play on? I seem to be missing the freaking critical trophy. Probably one of the only reasons I was thinking of doing this. Alright, so as soon as the intro song begins, I have to mute it on OBS. And no, I will not skip the cutscenes. I'll keep the cutscenes playing. Okay, and that's my cue to mute the intro song. Ugh. So... Oh, God. Ay, 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 ay. So... Actually, I think I need to state a fun fact. Oh, okay. Hang on a sec. I just have to get to the... Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Fuck, I can't think. Alright, so... Yeah, here's a fun fact. I actually beat KH2 before I beat KH1. So... Oh, there's my dog. He hears something. You know, it's funny, I actually made a TV series intro out of KH1 for my marathon project. I'm thinking of how I have to do it for KH2, because I think KH2 has a longer intro than... Because, well, I tried to condense the KH1 intro so that was a little bit shorter than the intro actually is, but the KH2 and 3 intros are much longer by comparison. What the hell? Could have sworn I heard somebody outside. Wait a sec, is it a bit cut off? The fuck? Looks like it's cut off at the edge, what the hell? Oh. What the fuck? No. Are you oh, there we go. Just right. Is there... Oh. Aha. I think I got it perfect. Ay. So, sorry for my lack of commentary if I don't talk that much during this run, but honestly, I would hope my viewers would rather be bored than enraged at my fucking cringe fest the first time around. And I still picked the hardest difficulty, so there we go. But yeah, so if you're wondering why I don't make videos as much, well, let's just say I've been very busy doing stuff. Not to mention, when it comes to video editing, I've been more interested in my marathon project at the present moment. Sometimes I flip-flop back and forth. In fact, maybe another reason why I'm remaking this Let's Play is just because the grand majority of the original Let's Play was in pretty bad quality, considering the fact that for most of it I was using Elgato. No, my PS3 was connected via RCA cables. So, as a result, the videos weren't exactly in the best quality. I mean, the later videos I switched to the Elgato specialized cable for the PS3, which resulted in higher quality videos, but those videos were eating up a shitload of space. And very recently, I've been thinking about finally getting those videos off my hard drive, because I didn't delete them or anything, I still have them. But basically, I was thinking of releasing them in mega compilations called Schnick's 100% Run Endurance Test. Especially the ones that were made during the Elgato sound capture era. In fact, I got one of those compilations all rendered and ready to go. Though, because I don't care too much for the videos, I rendered them at 720p, didn't do much editing to them. Literally, all I did was make sure that the audio, like, the game audio and the commentary audio were balanced. And the thing is, the batch of videos I rendered out, my voice was super loud compared to everybody else's, and that was back when I was using like a cheap Xbox 360 microphone that had mono audio instead of stereo. So yeah, unfortunately, I really do not care much for those videos to try and balance out the audio. Really, I just made it the best I could in a quick time frame, and just and I plan to release them pretty much only so that they're not lost media. That's really the only reason I kept them for so long. I just didn't want them to be lost media. Like, I didn't want to be... I guess you could say I didn't want to be a murderer of frickin' unreleased YouTube videos. And, yeah, so... yeah, those old... basically, those old KH2 videos, they all used the frickin' old microphone. But as one last final exposition of the old frickin' days of bullshit, anybody that wants to listen to those videos with headphones has to listen to them to one ear, because... but otherwise, I'd say the marathon project, right now I'm making the 15th one, which I'm making very Grandpa Lou from Rugrats themed, because 15 is it... the number 15, or as he says it, 15! Is freaking the theme of that one. Like, make a bunch of Grandpa Lou themed episodes of Rugrats, and I don't know, just put stuff in. Oh. Okay. Oh, God damn it. Honestly, I don't even want to look back at the old videos and think about all kinds of cringe I was saying about the mystery word. I was probably saying, like, oh, they're hiding drugs or something, but you know what? That's obvious. Like, anybody can freaking make that kind of joke. Honestly, in videos I make, I kind of care more about reactions than I do trying to force intentional humor. Okay. So it's a cutscene. Okay. I kind of want to talk about KH3 in here, but I'm kind of worried that Adam's present and he still has not played the game. You know, I'll go for off it. Or yeah, just the middle one, whatever. Oh, look at that. I took damage. Oh no. But I beat him pretty quick. That's nice. Ay, 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 ay. Just run towards the mansion where Wesker awaits. There's my bad Wesker impersonation. Wow. Alright, capture it. There we go. It's a monster straight out of Martin Mystery. Look at that. Alright, well, now we gotta do the obvious thing. So obviously that doesn't... Oh, there we go. Alright, then... Oh. Walk away. Yep. Alright, there we go. Oh, shit. Nice. It's no use. Dreaded words to anyone that's played Sonic goes shit. So anyways... mean, I can say one thing about KH3 that's not spoiler-worthy. If I really wanted to make it the shitty RPG games canon with that Schnick timeline that I haven't really focused on recently, I really have to rethink exactly how the first shitty RPG would tie into KH3's ending. But I am happy that Adam and Brandon are finally getting around to playing it. Would give me some motivation to work on the sequel. Okay, I was just talking with Jesse right now. I think I might want to show him Spider-Man on PS1 later. Okay, it's day 2. Oh, it's a stick. It's barely a step above what my dog would like. Come to think of it, the original Let's Play, my dog was just a baby back then. It's kind of funny because my dog was pretty much just a baby during the original Let's Play. I think this is the first time I've announced this on stream, but my dog is now a dad. He had one shot. He actually somehow conceived a child with a dog my uncle is looking after. It's kind of funny to think about. Oh, there we go. Now it's time to save the game. So what file am I gonna save in? We don't want to save... I guess I could do 7. Alright, so... Looks like Jesse could join in about an hour or so, so I don't know if I'll still be playing this or if I'll get to the Spider-Man stream I wanted to do. I wanted to show him the what-if mode of the game, because that mode is freaking humorous as hell. At least my Elgato does look the PS4... it makes the PS4 version look good. Gives it cinematic quality. Oh, never mind. I thought I could open the menu, but I couldn't. It's funny, that one line of dialogue from Roxas, "Okay, you're on," is one of the only spoken lines of dialogue his Mugen character has. At least the one that I had for a while. Alright, 1 ticket to the beach is 900 money. Given that money is meant to be like yen, that would be like maybe $9 US. That sounds about right. Buying pretzels instead of watermelon. Honestly, that's a choice I'd pick, because frickin' I don't like watermelon. And then frickin' Adam's probably watching this, he's going, "Oh, snack! Another thing to add to the list of things you don't like." $150, and I believe all that was obtained from the one enemy we fought yesterday. Okay. There we go. We can open the menu. Let's see what we can config. I'm thinking the command menu, I'll use the original games because more stylized. And then that's it. Look at that. Alright, I don't want to spend too much time doing this. Because if there's one problem the original Let's Play, fucking god damn it! Deliver the fucking mail, you moron! Thanks, you're a big help. Ah, okay, we did it. And now the Bab returns. Even though the Bab is actually a dad, frickin'... he will always be the Bab in spirit. Especially considering the fact that he doesn't even know that he's a dad. Ah, fuck. Alright. I guess I've gotten a little too rusty with this game. It's like freaking KH2 is the fucking cursed game. Like, nobody in this group has been able to fully play it. Like, I'm the only one that's fully played it, and the attempt was freaking BS. And the unfortunate thing is, like, freaking... I was okay with the KH2 Let's Play at the time. But, you know, I guess new mindsets, new contexts, like, that's, like, the whole thing. Okay, we did it. Okay, we took a minute. Could you try a little harder? Oh, that wasn't good enough for you? Okay. Alright, that was too early, my mistake. Oh my god. And it's funny, for months on end, I was just adding to that freaking Google Doc of all the problems I had with the KH2 Let's Play. Nice. Oh my god, yeah, Nintendo 64, there we go. Okay, oh my god, what? Alright, how is this ball not busted out of air? Okay. Alright, 100 ways to hit a ball. Wah. 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 You're the best. I guess that came out of that little girl's allowance. Then we have poster duty. Oh, Pokesource is here. Hello. Uh... Oh, shit. Yeah, I'm not gonna have the chat in this video, so... Oh, my mom's calling me. Hang on a sec. Okay, I am back. And right before I left, I realized I never unmuted the game. So already I committed a freaking heinous sin. Yo, fucking. Nice. You guess that'll... Oh, 50, okay. Now we get to kill the bees. Get over here. Get over here! Yeah, sting me, will ya? Great job, 50 money. Ooh. Oh no. There, 11 swings, but that's not good enough according to this game. Passable. Okay. Don't want to spend too much time lingering on these jobs. Do mail delivery again. Oh, you fucking bitch! Okay. Maybe redeem myself with cargo climb. Yeah, there we go. Much better. It is all coming back to me. Mail delivery one more time. Wow, of all times I could have gotten. Jesus hell. Okay, I think I made enough money. Let's go. I know I don't get much of an AP boost because I didn't get more money, but frickin'... Oh, look, we're playing in FPS mode. Woo. Hi there, Hainer. What the hell? This is a cutscene running at 60 FPS. You're not gonna be able to see it, but freaking... I'm a little surprised that... Because normally all the cutscenes across the games get locked at 30 FPS. And yet, somehow, this cutscene's running at 60.
Gotcha.
And now we're back to 30. And sorry everybody can't tell, it's just that my Elgato can only do 30. Like, I don't have the HD 60, I only have the regular HD.
What? Roxas! 3 minutes! Okay. Four students. Roxas. The money. Wait. No. Huh?
I'll be honest, I actually had a dream about this very situation. Like, a couple of weeks ago. I dreamt that somehow I was given, like, a couple $1,000, and I basically... And then I dreamt that I got pickpocketed of it, and frickin' I remembered feeling extremely frickin' guilty even when I woke up. Like, frickin' even though I didn't lose any money in real life, frickin' I kept... For like a couple of hours, I kept thinking, oh my god, I lost so much money. I mean, in a sense, I did waste some of my money on some games that I wound up will probably never play again. Like, I cannot believe I spent $40 to get the Ultimate Edition of Star Wars Battlefront EA Edition. That game's servers are eventually going to be non-existent, and in all honesty, it's better off just to play the original Battlefront 2 with mods on Steam.
Can you feel sore?
Can you feel sore?
Restoration at 28%.
Namine. Hurry. Is it really that hard to make a beach?
We'd be giving the enemy another entry point.
Wait a sec. Did he say, is it really that hard to make a beach? How did I never notice that?
Objects from that town must be kept out of the real world. You can delete them.
How did I never notice that line of dialogue? So apparently the reason why frickin' Riku stopped the gang from going to the beach is simply because the virtual Matrix world doesn't actually have a beach in existence. And they intentionally didn't frickin' make a beach is because it would just simply give Organization 13 another entry point to the frickin' Matrix. Okay. It's kind of cool how you can discover stuff that you never noticed before. It's like, I played this game for freaking 13 years now. It's not quite 15 years, but freaking,
Sally, why didn't I listen to you?
Don't feel bad, Jack. We'll come up with another plan for Halloween.
still, 13 years and I somehow never noticed that.
Power!
I have Mushu! Or are you too cool to play them now that you have the Keyblade?
Riku? What are you doing here? Did you find her? I still can't believe it. It really flew. Wait till I tell Kai. I wonder if she'll believe me. Probably not. I'm searching too.
For your light. Don't lose sight of it.
Sora, where are you going?
I'm gonna go look for my friends. They're waiting for me. Well, where are Donald and Goofy?
Instead of worrying about them, you should be asking about her.
Who are you?
Okay.
Huh?
Okay. Get to save the game again. Gotta be very careful not to save over file number 4, because that's where my Proud Mode save is, and that's where I'm gonna attempt the secret ending in my own time. Because that's part of the reason I don't like the original KH2 Let's Play. Vandalia was so anal about getting a 100% run, and even though I knew, even if I could, like, even, like, in the final days of that Let's Play, I knew it wasn't going to happen, and yet he kept making the excuse like, oh, we gotta at least try, Why try if I know I'm not going to get it in video format? Honestly, unless it's a game you really absolutely freaking love to freaking get everything in, 100%ing a game for a Let's Play, I'd say, is probably one of the hardest things to do right for a YouTube video series. Not only do you have to evenly pace everything, and not only do you have to be damn freaking good at the game to begin with to get through, like, all the optional challenges and whatnot, freaking, you have to make sure not... The number one thing you cannot do is capture every little thing you do and just play it all in video format. Sometimes you have to do a lot of shit off-screen, and lots of times, even if you do some shit on video, freaking, you're gonna have to cut it out. Like, don't just leave it in the video. And that's, like, a big thing I didn't get with Vandalia in general. Like, he seemed, like, I mean, this was a mistake I made even back then. Like, basically, both of us back then, I mean... At the time, I was partially worried, but basically, Vandalia thought the videos were going to stand up because of the commentary we had. But what good commentary were we going to have over a video that's nothing but me leveling up a drive form? Like, in all honesty, me leveling up a drive form would have been better served being done off-screen than it was in video format. And, I mean, of course, at the time, I didn't know any better. And only looking back, I don't like the fact that I chose to do everything on video.
Not good.
But, I mean, that's why you learn, I suppose.
Roxas, use the keyblade.
Oh no, Roxas is in the land of Richard. And sadly, only people that have regularly watched my channel, MarioTube 101's channel, and Brasa455's channels, only they would understand what Land of Richard means. Oh, and now we have the nobodies. Oh, we did it. Oh, look, the treasure chest Vandalia was so anal about. And no, this time I do not have a walkthrough open to seek out every single treasure. I will find them at my own pace. Generally, collectibles in general, I will find them at my own pace, and I'm not going to obligate myself to find every little thing. If I'm having trouble with a certain part of the game, I'll do some shit off-screen, but honestly, I just want to make this attempt at a Let's Play better than the first time. Because keep in mind, like, freaking, you might think by reading the Google Doc and, like, all the drama that, and yeah, it was, like, contrary to what was said in Talking Time with Caffeine Season 7, it was drama. And, frickin', like, even putting the drama aside and all the other kinds of bad shit that happened, frickin', I still firmly believe the original KHII Let's Play was pretty much my fault. Like, even when Vandalia was trying to get me to 100% the game against my will, frickin', I mean, for a good long while, I was okay with it, because I just figured it was going to help me beat the game on the hardest difficulty easier. But then when I realized he was trying to have me do the super bosses, stuff like the gummy ship missions, which I didn't end up doing, but I never wanted to do it, and he kept bringing it up. Like, all the stuff he was trying to have me do at the end game when I just wanted to finish the story. Like, at the end of the day, that was the only fault that the only person to blame was me. Because I just did not freaking have the guts to stand up and forcibly say, no, I'm finishing the story, I'm not doing any of the super boss bullshit. Like, I don't know, like, doing all the optionals, constantly stepping away from the plot to do side stuff, it kind of just ruins the pacing. Like, there's a way to incorporate side stuff with the plot. I just didn't know how to do it back then, and I don't know how I'm gonna do it this time, but... I mean, that's not to say I'm not gonna do any side stuff this time. Like, I kind of want to do the Sephiroth fight. I'm probably gonna do the boss battles with the Organization 13 members from KHII Let. Maybe the tournaments, but I'm not doing the Gummy Ship. I'm definitely not doing Lingering Will. Definitely not doing the Organization 13 data forms. Probably not gonna do the Mushroom 13. Like, oh my god, frickin'... Sure, my rage moments with the Mushroom 13 were frickin'... probably some of the only good parts of the original Let's Play, but that didn't change the fact that it kind of internally hurt to go through that. Not to sound dramatic, but still. I'm actually wondering... Oh, look at this. All these abilities. Ooh. Huh? That's what Finishing Plus does? I guess I do have to revise the Google Doc. I guess Vandalia did have a point. Because during one of the Mushroom 13 battles, he kept yelling for me to equip every Finishing Plus ability I had. But I thought Finishing Plus only increased the damage you did, and it didn't increase the amount of hits you achieve. Turns out it might. At least with Wisdom form. See, that's why I have to constantly update that Google Doc, because, I mean, it doesn't change the fact I did not want to be doing that, and I yelled that out during the video, and he ignored me and made me do it anyway. But... still, I feel like stuff like the Mushroom 13, that's just better crap to do when you're not on live stream or on a recording. For, like, a video. Like, it's just simply meant to be bonus stuff that you challenge yourself with. I mean, they should just be the subject of their own video, like, not part of a long-running Let's Play. Like, another thing you should do when making a Let's Play or a live stream, try not to read a walkthrough during the recording session. Like, if you absolutely have to consult a walkthrough, frickin' do it on your own time and prepare in advance. And if you do it during a Let's Play video and not a live stream, freaking cut out the part where you looked up the walkthrough. Like, that's what that's why I generally always do with Let's Play videos I make nowadays. I mean, I don't make them as much as I used to, but whenever I make them and I need to consult a walkthrough, I don't leave the part where I'm looking up the walkthrough anymore. And another thing I don't like doing is having a walkthrough open as the recording is going on. So I don't know. Having to read step-by-step instructions to play a game, that kind of takes the fun out of it. Like, honestly, I only look up a walkthrough as an absolute last resort. Oh, god damn it. It's a little hot in here. Oh, look. This thing again. Oh, I see what it does. Oh, there we go. We win. At least. Oh, shit.
My name is nominated. Roxas. Do you remember your true name?
Say no more, nominee.
But if no one tells him, Roxas will...
It's best he doesn't know the truth.
Hey, you're that pickpocket. Whoa! Cypher, strike a pose, you know? How's this? That's totally perfect, you know? How about one more, you know? What's that for?
Keepsake.
Those freaks in the white jumpsuits are gone, you know?
Cakewalk.
What were those things? Outsiders, that.
Alright, sorry for the quietness. I was just messaging Adam.
Around here, I might have to take disciplinary measures.
Oh yeah, Cypher's always looking after the town, you know?
Ay, 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 ay.
Hey, no chickening out of the tournament tomorrow.
We'll be waiting, you know?
So, you hung out with Cypher's gang today?
No, it's not like that. Oh yeah. How was the beach? Wasn't that today?
We didn't go. It wouldn't be the same without you, right?
Sorry. Hey, how about we go tomorrow? We could get those pretzels, and I promised I'd be somewhere.
Wah, wah.
Oh.
You and I have to make the finals. That way, no matter who wins, 4 of us split the prize.
Okay, you're on. You two are gonna clean up.
Go get him.
It's a promise.
I'm out of here.
Restoration at 48%.
Was that nominee made of data?
No. Namine hijacked the data herself.
What the hell?
Look what she's done now. She's totally beyond my control.
Calm down.
Doesn't matter.
So apparently ports of the original, of the first 3 Doom games are coming out on PS4, Xbox One, and Switch.
It's up to me. Only the Keyblade Master can open the secret door and change the world.
Well, I'm not gonna betray Sora either.
My friends are my power.
So, your heart won this battle.
The hell?
It is I, and some. Lead me into everlasting darkness.
Wait a minute, so the ports are already out? Hang on a sec. Hang on just a frickin' minute. Ugh, I have to pull out my Switch. Look at the eShop.
Kyrie.
We may never meet again, but we'll never forget each other.
Because I'd actually kind of like to have Doom 3 on the go.
Bring us together again. Take this.
Alright, yeah, they're on both. Yeah, all the games are on Switch now.
Don't ever forget.
The first 2 games are $5 each, and then Doom 3 is $10. And thankfully, Doom 3 does include the 2 DLCs that were in the BFG edition. I just added it to my wish list. I am debating whether or not I should wait for a sale or just fucking buy it because it's Doom 3. That's crazy that there's Doom ports. Yeah, Adam. The first 2 games and Doom 3 are now on Switch, plus PS4 and Xbox One. And I checked the eShop description for Doom 3. It has the Resurrection of Evil and Lost Mission expansions that were in the BFG edition. Like, freaking, that alone freaking shows that maybe I should get the Switch port. Because I like Doom 3. And getting to play it portably would be nice. Of course, it's also the first 2 games. They're pretty jam-packed with content, too, if you like the originals. I mean, I like the originals, but obviously I kind of prefer a bit more modern FPSs. Still, I do heavily appreciate the originals, and they're definitely fun to play in their own right.
Ladies and gentlemen, struggle fiends of Twilight Town, time for summer's most sizzling clash. That's right, today is the day for the struggle and title match.
Don't think I would buy the Xbox One version of the Doom games, though, because freaking I have the BFG edition on 360. Like, freaking, what would I need the Xbox One or PS4 versions for? Except if maybe they were given away for free on, like, Xbox Live or PS Plus. It's just a little bit strange that they didn't port Doom 3 BFG Edition. Like, the games have to be bought separately.
Hey now, it's time to introduce today's combatants. The 4 bad boys who struggled their way through the preliminaries.
And from what I understand, more or less the reason why they did this was freaking to, highlight the start of, for Bethesda, to highlight the start of QuakeCon.
And local attitude problem. Hayner! It's his first trip to the finals. And struggler number 4, who happens to be my absolute favorite customer, Roxas!
And I'm gonna add Adam to the call for a bit. I think I have to put my headphones on. Freaking, like, oh my god, twisted. God damn it, get off. Headphones, please. Thank you.
Yo.
Hello. I plugged in my headphones, so now there's no echoing. Okay. So.
So, how long have you been doing this for?
About an hour and 20 minutes.
What were you doing from the first hour? Because it looks like you're not that far in the game.
Playing the game.
What?
Mostly I've been sitting through cutscenes because I kind of don't want to skip them. Oops.
Wait, the cutscenes actually... Wait, with the cutscenes playing, that took you an hour to get up to the point you're at now?
Yeah, the cutscenes in the prologue are pretty long.
What? I don't remember that taking a whole hour. What the hell?
I mean, the cutscenes are not MGS or Xenosaga length, but...
I mean, yeah, but like, don't get me wrong, they can still be lengthy, not to the likes of MGS, sure, but they're still pretty lengthy for what they are, but that took you an hour to get to where you're at with cutscenes?
Yeah, but...
I don't remember having an hour spent on watching a Kingdom Hearts 2 movie.
I mean, well, there was a point... I mean, there was a point in the stream where I had to leave for like 10 minutes because I had to help my ma find something. Well, my ma's not here. Like, she went upstate, but she needed to FaceTime me to find something. And I was gone for like a good 10-15 minutes or so.
Wow.
But, yeah. Anyways, I actually feel a bit tempted to get the Doom 3 port on Switch.
Yeah?
Yeah, like, freaking... I could wait for a sale, but it's only freaking $10. I'm like thinking, why the hell not?
Oh yeah, you know what happened while I was at Walgreens?
What happened?
Alright, 2 things happened. Number 1, okay, so when I first got my recently acquired credit card, there was a thing that was on one of the papers that I was given that was talking about this feature where basically some places will have
first
You'll go up
match
to the
of today's
register and
struggle tournament will be between Roxas and his best friend, Hayner.
some of those have a feature where you can just tap the card on a specific part of the register and it'll read it wirelessly. Kind of like an NFC chip.
Well, yeah,
it either is or
well, yeah,
something
like
else,
credit cards have had advancements for a while. Like, for a long time, you always had to swipe them. But then a couple of years ago, they introduced these chip readers where you just insert the card into a thing and it reads it. And now, the only places that haven't gotten a chip reader do you still have to swipe it. But apparently, now there's efforts to make stuff wirelessly read.
Yeah, you know the thing with phones where you tap your phone on the register or whatever? It's literally the same thing, but instead of a phone, it's a credit card.
Wow.
And when I was reading the papers, I was kind of questioning whether or not my card actually had the feature because
what the hell?
I wasn't sure if it did or didn't. No one at the bank told me about the feature, so I was just thinking to myself, either I have it or I don't, and if I don't, then whatever, it doesn't matter. So I tested out at Walgreens because it so happens that they have the wireless tap thing, and sure enough, it actually works. So I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Wow.
So I wonder if I'll be able to use it more often. At the 99-cent store, though, they don't have that, so I have to use chip.
Yeah, most places use chip readers. Like, I think the one store that I frequented that took a while to upgrade the chip readers were my retro game stores.
If I'm going to be honest, though, I'm not really sure what the point of chip is. I mean, I heard it was supposed to make transactions faster.
From what I heard, it was honestly, to add more security to transactions.
Don't mess with your elders.
Oh yeah, I think that was that too. Well, if the speed thing was an actual claim that was officially made, like if that's supposed to be an actual thing, I should rephrase that. If that's an actual thing, then I don't really know if it's exactly faster. I'm pretty sure it's the same, just about, if not slightly slower than just sliding the card. And also, I find it really annoying with chip reader because of one thing. The one thing is, fucking, the register beeps at you when it doesn't need your card put in anymore. And it's super annoying because you'll just have a ton of old people that don't understand how technology works. Unfortunately, including my parents. And I have taken notice that they'll put in the card in the chip reader just fine. They'll do that fine. So there's that. But then when the register starts beeping, it doesn't seem to matter how loud or what kind of beep it makes. Some people will just not register in their head that, hey, I need to pull out my card now, despite the thing beeping at them and even having the screen outright telling them, hey, get the card out of me. And it's like, are you serious? Why do you think it's beeping? Like, do you think your fucking card is being hacked? Like, I don't know why you're just standing there. Take the fucking plastic out, dude. Like it's just so annoying. Like, I'm not complaining because people are stupid, but I'm complaining because the fucking noise is, like, super annoying, and people just, like, some people just will not pull it out despite the fact it's beeping, and sometimes it can be very loud, and it just doesn't really make sense as to why specifically chip is even a thing. I mean, it's a very extremely nitpicky thing to complain about, don't get me wrong. But I like to complain about nitpicky things, but, like, this is pretty nitpicky, and I don't know where I'm going with this anymore.
Oh.
Fucking, I just don't like chip sometimes because of the beeping, and people just will not pull it out, and it's very fucking annoying when they don't do that. And also, for some reason, Subway has this weird quirk where instead of a beeping, you have a Windows 7 sound effect playing. I'm not even kidding.
Windows 7?
Yeah, I'm not even kidding. Like, fucking... okay, most places the beep sound will sound like... But fucking Subway, literally, fucking... I don't know what the fucking sound is, but it's like the dun sound. I don't know what it's used for in Windows 7, but it's there, and for some reason that sound effect is the beeping for the register. And in that case, it's somehow even more annoying because it constantly goes off. Like it's dun, dun, dun. It's like, dude, fucking, oh my god. It's horrible for me.
Oh.
And the one last thing I don't understand is why even bother having a separate way to fucking use the card in the first place? Like, okay, the wireless thing, alright, fine. The wireless thing, you know, whatever, that's pretty cool. But the problem is that not everywhere uses it because of budget reasons. So, because of the fact that not everyone uses it, it's probably going to be a sparse feature that you can even use. And as for chip, fucking, I just don't really get the point. Like, if it's for security reasons, then what exactly is wrong with the strip? Like, why was the strip, well, not exactly replaced, but it might as well be at this point.
Well, well, some independent stores might still need the strip, and I think it's the only reason they keep it. Just to be sure that you don't go into a store that only didn't upgrade to a chip reader, and then you're screwed.
Well, the thing, though, is that the chip reader at this point has pretty much become a standard. Like, you can go into any major store, or even, like, mini major store, and you will guarantee see on their register a chip reader. Like, it is pretty much guaranteed. It's as abundant as the strip reader. So, it's like, why even have the strip and the chip at the same time? And also, why try to replace the strip in the first place? Like, is the strip really that bad to just fucking warrant a practical replacement?
Tell me what's going on.
Like, I don't really get it. And plus, wouldn't the strip be more convenient overall? Because, like, the only thing I've noticed that would be nitpicky about it is you have to basically almost time your swipe, but it's really not that bad. It's really loose, actually. Like, you're pretty free in how to swipe it, for the most part. So, not only that, but also you can immediately put your card back in your wallet as well. So, it's not like someone could just fucking reach over you and just take the card while you have it sitting in the thing because of the chip reader. If anything, I'd argue that technically the strip would probably be safer. I mean, I don't know anything of, like, what the chip reader is about, but, like, just as a physical thing, I'd say strip is safer because strip forces you to hold your card the entire time. Strip, basically, you have to insert it into the register, and then what are you gonna do? Hold it in there? No, you're gonna let go, and you're just gonna let it sit there because it's not gonna fall out. So it's more comfortable just to not hold it. But technically, someone could just reach over you, take the card, and then run off. Yeah, it'd probably be stupid, but then you have to deal with some fucker taking your card anyways. Like, why not just have the card always in your hand with strip? It seems safer to me. I mean,
shit.
Yeah, it's a small problem, but I mean, even still, if you want to go security, then why not go for the better option? That's just what I think.
Alright, well, I'm about to die.
Also, this fucking program is refusing to finalize this goddamn video, and it's pissing me off. I've been sitting here for like 15 minutes complaining about fucking bullshit that is not really important in the grand scheme of things, and this fucking video is just not wanting to progress into being complete.
You're telling me freaking that exact same shit happened with that mega compilation of bullshit I was trying to process in Premiere.
Oh, and hey, no one called me on my bullshit in chat this time.
What do you mean nobody called you on your bullshit in chat?
Anytime I nitpick about anything, Jesse is usually there to fucking be like, okay, but I don't really care.
Wow. By the way, I have about $4 in gold points, so I'm literally getting Doom 3 for like half price, almost.
Wow.
Honestly,
oh, yeah.
I don't give a shit. I just want freaking Doom 3 on portably.
Oh, yeah. Fucking... Yeah. Fuck, I can't find the words I want to use.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hate it when I can't find words. Like,
I hate it when I can't find words.
I had everything planned in my head, and then it just fucking went away instantly before I could say it. I don't know. Is it like an annoying thing to hear someone else complain about nitpicking things? Or is that something interesting to hear?
Depends on the situation.
I guess, but like, what about a general kind of thing?
In general, I mean... Oh my god, Doom 3's icon looks great, but... Alright, so... Freaking... I mean, it's always good to hear other people's opinions. I don't know, sometimes you might say an opinion that triggers somebody else, but...
Well, I was asking because, recently, I don't remember how recent because I forgot, but, at some point recently, Jesse and Brandon we were talking to each other, and at one point, somehow, we got to, a situation where they pretty much commented on, my bullshit, what'd you call it, MarioTube rage? Or something like that.
Sometimes I call your rants MarioTube tirades because you could go on for a very long time.
Yeah, apparently, that's not a thing that's very appreciated, and I'm trying to be less annoying, but I don't know if nitpicking would count as annoying per se. I mean, I'm not trying to suck people's dicks or anything, but I don't want to be fucking annoying as fuck if that's how I'm coming off.
I mean, like I said, it depends on the situation when it comes to nitpicking. Like, if you're nitpicking, like, a meaningless thing, I guess you could... or at least a thing that some people think is meaningless, then I guess you could say that leads to people getting annoyed. And then there's situations where, like, say, the last time I attempted my driving test, for example, where simple nitpicks resulted in me failing.
So nitpicking is overall an annoying thing, then?
Not exactly. Sometimes hearing people's pet peeves, or as Peter Griffin puts it, what grinds my gears, sometimes it could be interesting to hear, but like I said, it does depend on the situation and the context. Like, I can see what you're coming from with the credit card situation, but it's kind of almost like the same thing with DVDs. It's like, what's the point of DVDs when you have Blu-rays and digital distribution, like especially Blu-rays? Pretty much.
Oh my god, you just remind me of something that my grandma was talking to me about earlier today. That involves DVDs also.
All I will say is that the only reason DVDs are still around is because they are cheaper to manufacture, and unlike Blu-rays, DVDs are very widely portable. Like, you can play them in, like, there's portable DVD players. Most computers only have a DVD drive and not a Blu-ray drive. And, like even things like cars can play DVDs.
Well, I'm not really so sure on computers not having Blu-ray most of the time. I'd argue that's probably not the case because
I mean, my
computer, believe it or not, has a Blu-ray drive in it. So I can play Blu-rays on it.
I would hope computers would get Blu-ray drives more often nowadays because.
In fact, when I was visiting my grandpa in the hospital, my grandma was also there with her stuff, and she wanted me to help her out with apparently deleting an email account of hers, and that was the first time I ever deleted an email account in my life. But her laptop also had a Blu-ray driver in it as well, so.
I mean, I'm happy to hear that Blu-ray.
I don't think it's necessarily true that they don't have them
anymore.
I mean,
as recent as a few years ago, as recent as a few years ago, freaking DVD drives were still the majority thing you would see in computers. Like, like, from what it sounds like, Blu-ray drives are starting to become more common. That's a good thing.
I think Blu-rays are overall more common nowadays, and we just didn't really notice it, because even at the 99-cent store that I went to today, they have a fucking bin near the registers. Well, okay, bin sounds way more negative when I say it out loud, but they basically have like a basket, pretty much, of DVDs and Blu-rays, and they're like $2 or so for both. And it looked like there was quite a lot of Blu-ray movies in there. I didn't really look in them, and if they're in a 99-cent store, aka a dollar store, then movies are probably not gonna be good overall, but there's also the fact that red boxes have Blu-rays in them, I believe. Or I'm pretty sure they have Blu-rays in them.
Well, yeah, Redbox does have Blu-rays, I know that. But from what I recall, I think it costs slightly more to rent a Blu-ray than it does a DVD, at least in my area.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, I wonder if there's going to be a point where Blu-rays cost as much as DVDs.
I mean, it depends on if the technology to if DVDs become absolutely obsolete and all focus goes towards manufacturing Blu-rays, then probably. I mean, slowly I'm starting to hear how and the thing is, you'd be surprised, like, a lot of the stuff I get from my marathons, most of it does not get a Blu-ray release, even today. Like, even Nickelodeon, like, their recent re-release, pretty much the only show that they put on, even, like, their most recent stuff, they only put on DVD. Like, honestly, I think the only Nickelodeon shows that have gotten a Blu-ray release are Avatar and Legend of Korra.
It's starting.
Wow.
Like, not even SpongeBob has gotten a Blu-ray release, and maybe unless you count the movie, but even then I'm not sure. Like, but there's no SpongeBob Blu-rays from what I can recall. If there is, feel free to correct me, but all I've ever seen are DVDs. Funny thing to think about, like, if that's true, SpongeBob is Nickelodeon's biggest cash cow, and if that has no Blu-rays, it's like not even that deserves Blu-rays, according to them.
Wait a minute. Is this really the first movie? I think the first SpongeBob movie is on Blu-ray, actually.
Well, I would hope that the movie was at least on Blu-ray, but...
No, not the latest movie, the first one. The SpongeBob SquarePants movie.
Well, no, that's what I said. That's what I said. I would hope that both movies were on Blu-ray.
Okay, let's see what this site says.
Yeah, what I was saying is that I don't think the show has a Blu-ray release.
Fair now. You're at the top of the bracket.
There's only room for one appeal.
But even then, a lot of old shows do not have Blu-ray releases. Like, in Cartoon Network's case, well, Batman the Animated Series recently got a Blu-ray release, and Batman Beyond is set to get one in October, and then Justice League has also had a Blu-ray for a long time. But really, the only other Cartoon Network show that has a Blu-ray release is, at least from the old days that is Samurai Jack.
Okay, so I guess according to this website, the Blu-rays of SpongeBob that there is the first movie, one for it's a SpongeBob Christmas, which also includes some other episodes from what looks like earlier seasons.
Wow.
And then apparently this SpongeBob SquarePants movie for Blu-ray had a re-release. Because, okay, the release date for the first SpongeBob movie release on Blu-ray was in 2011, and then they did a reprint at the end of 2014, like December 30th, 2014, apparently.
Probably to build up hype for the second movie.
You're right, because it contains a sneak peek of the last movie, or I believe it was the last movie, Sponge Out of Water.
Yeah. I honestly do not have faith for the third movie because it looks like Nickelodeon's just gonna disrespect Steven Hillenburg with it, with their Camp Coral spin-off and that crap.
Yeah, and then after the reprint of the first movie, then they had Sponge Out of Water on Blu-ray in 2015, June 2nd, 2015, and then in February 6, 2018, they released the SpongeBob Movie Collection Blu-ray, which literally features the first and last one. So
literally,
basically, the first movie got reprinted 3 times, or no, it got printed 3 times, not reprinted. It got printed a total of 3 times.
And I'm guessing the only Blu-ray release the show has gotten was for the second Christmas special, the stop-motion one.
Mm-hmm.
Which happened to have a few...
You want to know the specific episodes in that one?
Yeah, sure.
It contains... It's a SpongeBob Christmas, Ripped Pants, SB-129... Texas, Graveyard Shift, Something Smells, Wormy, Dying for Pie, Jellyfishing, Fun, Club SpongeBob.
Surprising amount of episodes, actually.
So in total, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11 episodes in total.
I like how Christmas Who was not in there. Once you think of freaking Christmas Blu-ray, it would be obvious to include Christmas Who on it with It's a SpongeBob Christmas.
Probably. And something weird to note is that when they first printed Blu-ray for the first SpongeBob movie, they had this one cover art, but then the reprint had the cover art changed for some reason.
Sometimes
Like,
reprints
it doesn't
do that.
exactly... Yeah, but, like, it doesn't even really resemble the movie. They even made a separate logo for the SpongeBob movie outright for it. Like,
yeah,
it doesn't even make any sense. They didn't even reuse the original logo. They just made their own again. I don't know why they did that.
Sadly, reprints are kind of infamous for doing that. In fact, there's a lot of reprints, like especially from like Universal, like DreamWorks and Illumination, and even like 20th Century with like Blue Sky and the old the old 2D animated movies. Freaking literally, they would do reprints where all it was a character from the movie on a bland colored background.
We played together on that island. His voice always used to be there.
Even Disney gave into that with like their Pixar movies.
I can't think of his face or his name. I feel awful about it. So I told myself.
Then again, I shouldn't complain because my Blu-rays of Toy Story 1 and 2, they have that kind of artwork, but why should I complain considering my Toy Story 2 Blu-ray is uncensored?
Are the Blu-rays for Toy Story 1, do they actually have a higher quality, or is it just like smoother frame rate, but...
No, they have higher quality. I mean, well, they don't really... like, the movie is not remastered, if you're thinking that. Basically, it's trying to show it in original theater quality, and Jesse says he wants to come in.
You don't remember my name?
So I'll put him in.
Original theater quality, huh?
Well, that's the idea with Blu-ray.
I guess I can give you a hint. Starts with an S.
Alright, we're getting Jesse in here.
Hot green circled Adam.
What the hell?
Hot green circled? Huh? Ow, my neck.
Hey, did you not see my...
Jesse, why'd you hurt my neck?
Jesse, there was a little bit exciting. QuakeCon actually did something good for once for me.
I know about the... Wait, what? QuakeCon? Okay, so here's the stuff...
Wow, Jesse! Wow!
Here's the stuff that I know that happened today. I know about the 3 Doom games that got ported over to the Switch.
They got ported to Switch, PS4, and Xbox One, but because I love Doom 3 and would love to play it portably, I decided to buy Doom 3.
Yeah, I already know about that already.
I mean,
actually, a minute. Like, if you want to know how soon I saw it, I think it was a Twitter post or something. It said 1 minute ago by Nintendo or something. That's how soon I saw it.
I mean, when I saw the news, like, I was really hoping it wasn't just regular Doom 3, but then I found out, nope, it has the expansion packs from the BFG edition.
There's some changes to the other games that are very minor, and the Switch release and other stuff. But, like, I actually took a screenshot of one screen that I thought was cool, because there's, like, the little control screen. And they have, like, this really cool, like, Doom-style Switch and Joy-Con controller stuff.
Wow. How do you know that? You looked it up?
I saw a video on it as well.
Well, yeah, like, from what I've heard, Doom 3 on Switch performs surprisingly well.
His progress is...
I'm pretty sure all of them perform pretty well on Switch.
That is interesting.
What's interesting?
Namine's encounter with Roxas...
The picture Josie sent.
Oh, let me see.
Send it to...
And that in turn...
Yeah, look at the picture in the group chat.
Oh, I'm wondering if that's for the original game.
she wasn't born.
Yeah, that is for the original game. Like I said, there are minor changes for all of the Doom games in the Switch port and the other ports specifically.
What were the
They have like new
changes?
art. I know controller screen and like other stuff, but that's about as far as I know. I don't remember as clearly, but the controller screens I remember being pretty cool.
Oh.
It's handsome.
But I know there are slight minor changes, nothing like too big or anything. So.
Yeah, because
It's an honor.
honestly, I just kind of like the idea that I can play Doom 3 especially portably.
Mm-hmm.
No way. It's too soon. You can't seriously get rid of him.
By the way, Jesse, when I'm done uploading this video, I'm gonna be leaving, and it's 3% uploaded right now.
I'm thinking after I complete this prologue, I could probably show Jesse Spider-Man.
This might take a little while because this has been going on for probably 3 to 4 minutes now, and it's only at 3%.
Spider Dick, Spider Dick, Spider Dick, Spider Dick. You know, I'm gonna let this cutscene play, and I'm gonna see if I can go get a drink, and freaking come back and see if it's still playing.
Wow.
So, you know what I ended up doing today?
You woke up, and now you're in this situation. I don't know.
I'll do it if that's what you want.
So, I had to visit my grandparents at the hospital. So, there was that. And, after that, came back home, and apparently my mom had to go to my, her friend's house, and she wanted me to come with, but I needed to do some other stuff for myself because, I wanted to get some personal stuff and something I've been wanting to get since the trip. So, what I ended up doing was I got a full tank of fucking gas finally, and that's to prepare my car for driving back and forth to work in a few days. So, I finally have a full tank of gas for once.
Wow.
And then I went to a store called 99-cent store, and I
talk
got
about this store all the time, so I know what it is.
I got 4 different sodas, 2 packages of these fudge strip cookies.
Oh wow, I'm actually not surprised. Cutscene's still running.
And then, I got, what else did I get? I got this box of cereal called Peeps cereal, and I guess it's supposed to be the Peeps marshmallow, but cereal format.
That
So
sounds weird.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay. I guess I'll buy this at the end of July, not even near Easter anymore. And then I also got this other bag of marshmallow cereal because it was there, and I figured, fuck it, why not? And, then I bought some more toothpaste because I was gonna run out soon anyways.
Wow. Is it Colgate?
And then...
wait, no, for no specific reason is it Colgate?
Yeah.
Colgate. Wow. That's kind of funny. For no reason.
But what kind of Colgate?
The kind that says Colgate with the red strip for sensitive teeth. I don't know.
Okay, wow. You know what? You would have been on the dot had they actually had that specific thing. Because I actually was trying to look for specifically sensitive teeth toothpaste, and I couldn't find any. So I was like, alright, fuck it. I'll just get whatever looks helpful. And I ended up getting this triple action Colgate thing. I don't remember what it did, but it seemed pretty pointless to have a triple action formula and then also sell the separate actions of the triple actions separately. It made no sense. And then when I went home, I found out that I essentially bought the exact same fucking toothpaste I already had. So that's fucking something, I guess. And then I went to Walgreens to get the eye mask gel that I used during the trip because fucking apparently Brandon just had one in their house, so that was really helpful when I needed it in Colorado. And now I finally have it for myself in my own house now, so I get to fucking use it when I need it. And it's gonna be so fucking nice.
Come on, we can all go.
I have it sitting in the freezer right now, so it's probably pretty chilly by now. Is anyone still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, I got oddly silent.
Wah, wah.
Oh, Jesse is just gone.
Jesse is in the land of Richard, and then he's gonna break out.
One thing I didn't get was more ice cream, but I don't think the 99-cent store has ice cream anyways, so not like I could get it. Even if they did, it's probably the, like, small pint of it, and I don't like buying the small pint, because that seems kind of pointless to me.
Really?
Like, honestly, if I go to a grocery store, okay, so there's the choice between getting the big fucking thing of ice cream. Oh, you're back.
It died at 30, and then I plugged my phone in, and then it turns back on, and then it's like 30%, and I'm just like, I don't even know it's real anymore. So, like, it doesn't even matter what it says, it's just gonna die randomly now.
It's funny because what we're doing is not real in this game.
Oh, I thought Schnick was saying that this was all just the Matrix, that I was gonna wake up anytime now.
No, this game is the freaking Matrix.
That I was gonna wake up and it turns out that Adam still is gone.
Why?
Who's number one now?
Robbie Rotten.
God damn it. God damn it. I hate both of us.
Games for us.
Hatred for us.
Bad kiss.
Hatred only for me. Plus sadness and Knuckles.
Bapkiss.
So, basically what I was saying is I got the gel eye mask thing that I used at Brandon's house, and now I have it for myself, and it's probably pretty chilly right now because it's been in the freezer.
I still have not used my liquid bandage.
Huh?
Yeah, I actually didn't use it.
I spent money on that, you fucker!
I'm gonna use it eventually, it's not like it could expire. Oh, expired left.
Yeah, all you have to do is just cut your finger again the same way, because that's gonna make sense.
You know what's messed up? I think the nerves in my finger are actually messed up. Because it still hurts. Okay, when you look at it, there's like a little circle that's shiny. And it's fine when like nothing like really that happens, but if I poke like stuff specifically, it doesn't even have to be that hard, it hurts. Like it's almost like a nerve like broken or something.
Are you saying that your skin still hasn't healed?
It's healed all the way. The thing is that like when I poke or something, it hurts, like as if the nerves are messed up. Like I think it like cut into like
no.
So I think my pingor is just completely ruined. It doesn't hurt like all the way deep like it did before. It's like at the very tip, and it always hurt. Well, not always, like all the time.
Doesn't
Only
sound
when, like,
good. I mean, I'm not an expert, and I don't want to scare you.
But it's not like
it's not myself would be scared right now.
Well, it's not like ow that hurts. Like, it's just like...
Okay, but still.
And now it only hurts when you touch it. Oh! Touch.
Touch.
No, you know why I was looking for a sensitive toothpaste thing?
Is it mayhaps because you have sensitive teeth?
No.
I was trying to clean my discs. Oh.
With the toothbrush. Electric toothbrush.
Scrub it in little circles and then ruin your discs forever.
If someone uses an electric toothbrush, or even just a toothbrush in general to clean a disc, they might as well just use a fucking angle grinder. Angle grinder.
You might as well just use a fork. Fork with soap.
They might as well just put it in the toaster and let it fucking burn.
It'll melt. It'll melt into a perfectly smooth thing. Also,
it's clean.
This is gonna sound really stupid, but I ruined my Zelda Twilight Princess disc when I was really young doing that.
What version of Twilight Princess?
The Wii version ended up melting.
I was gonna be, if it was the GameCube version, that would be even worse. Because the GameCube version's the more sought-after version.
Well, you know how I ruined a game disc one time? Okay, so when I was fucking a retarded kid, I had this really old and shitty fucking laptop that was quite literally falling apart. Like, it was just in the worst fucking shape possible, dude. It wasn't even funny. I don't remember if I told you specifically, Jesse, all the problems that it had, but it had so many fucking issues. It was not fun to use.
My brother's laptop for a while looked like someone had shot it with a shotgun, and it was still working somehow.
Oh, you know, I forgot to tell you, both you something. So, on Facebook, I sometimes keep track of some of my game stores and when they get good trades. One time, like literally a few days ago, one of them got a copy of Zelda Majora's Mask. Literally, it looks like somebody freaking kicked the living It literally looked like as though this was a cartridge the AVGN destroyed and then hastily put back together.
Wow.
There was literally a piece of, like, freaking electric tape holding it together. A whole corners of the cartridge, a whole corner of the cartridge seemed to be bitten off.
That cartridge sounds like something that would be inside of the Majora's Mask game itself, just dark and cursed.
And it's funny, the store was... And somehow, despite all the physical damage you can see the cartridge having in the picture, freaking... somehow, it still worked.
Wow. The old, reliable...
It's creepypasta material.
And it's funny, the store themselves, they knew that they were not going to sell Majora's Mask at full price with what condition the cartridge was in, so they were selling it for $10.
Wow.
When
so you start out the game and it's just like you've met with a terrible fate, haven't you? And then you're just like, no, it seems that you've in fact met a terrible fate. The cartridge is just in that horrible condition.
No, you know what? You know what I would fucking imagine in my head, the scenario? Okay, someone buys the cartridge, puts it in their N64. Okay, starts up the game. You've met with a terrible fate, haven't you? Presses A, Wii crash sound.
No, you put it in, and then for some reason it's just a PS2, please insert a disc, and it's just like, what?
You know what, freaking, I am so curious now, I'm gonna track down this freaking image.
Insert a disc in your N64 without the add-on.
You know what would be funny? What if someone modded the PS2 to have like an announcer voice.
Oh
so when that
my
screen comes
god!
up, it's
I found it.
So,
All I have to do is freaking. You know, I'll just screen cap it.
Alright. Freaking. No, just imagine. Wait, freaking no, I lost my train of thought. God dang it.
PS2 announcer voice.
Alright, sorry to hold up the game a little bit. I have to send these. Adam and Jesse, you need to see this to believe it. I cannot believe that a cartridge in this condition somehow works. And freaking, they could have easily been like an eBay scalper and sold it for like the full $40 that Majora's Mask usually goes for nowadays. But no, they knew that people were probably not going to buy it unless it was cheap.
Well, it's like he uses, like, say if he was a scalper, he just uses fake images. Then you get it in that condition, and then just like, must have been the shipping company. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, except where's the missing piece of the freaking cartridge?
He still hides it in a box.
Oh my.
Jesus Christ, how?
Oh
Someone must have really loved that game to keep it alive. Like, Jesus Christ, this must have been the only game they've grown up with. It looks taller than a normal N64 case, too. That's what's funny.
Doesn't it look like it's something the AVGN destroyed and put back together out of regret?
Yeah, it freaking looks like someone hit it with a baseball bat, and then it just crushed in half. Freaking Christ.
Oh, that looks very strange. In the second picture Snake sent, the fucking, like, cartridge art is going over the missing plastic. Is the cartridge art another piece of plastic? No, it can't be another piece of plastic.
No, Adam, the cartridge art for Majora's Mask is like the holographic cards. Like, you know those 3D holographic cards and like Scholastic book fairs? That's what the thing for Majora's Mask looks like.
That's holographic. What? I didn't know that was holographic.
Man,
Are all of them like
this...
that?
No, not all of them. I only know Majora's Mask is like that. There might be a few other games, but my cousin has Majora's Mask for the N64, and it's a really cool looking cartridge because it's like 3D and the pop stuff.
Wait, so are all Majora's Mask cards like that though?
I don't know if all cards are like that, but all the ones that I've seen that are like yellow like that are holographic.
Wow. That is insane. So anyways, PS2 announcer voice. Let's go.
PS2 announcer voice? What?
It was something I was trying to explain, but you were looking up your images and.
Alright, yeah, alright, what is this PS2 announcer voice?
It's not even gonna be funny, because it was only funny in context. Freaking. No, it was gonna be like, please insert a disc, and then a scary voice announcer comes up for that screen. And it's just like, please insert a disc right now. And then you go to find your disc, and it's just like, right now. And then as it gets more and more intense. That's basically what I was thinking in my head, but it wasn't.
Okay, no, I got an idea. I got the idea of how it would probably sound like. Uh-oh, please insert a PS2 compatible disc or a PS1 compatible disc.
Well, that's what the
right
red
now.
screen of death on the PS2 is like.
Right now.
You know what's
right now?
Adam, you know what I don't understand? No, here's the thing. People are actually afraid of that red screen of death.
I think it's too.
Why?
I think it's really weird.
As a kid, it was unsettling. Okay, first off, red. Second off, the fucking sound design just made it seem scarier than it should be. And third, it rarely happened to me. So the times it did happen, it was even worse.
No, Adam,
I'm
this
sure
is even
that if it was
scarier.
constant, then I'm sure if it was constant, then maybe it would be a problem. Oh yeah, also, fun fact, that is also scary. Oh, well, if you're gonna play that, then yeah, that's still gonna fucking scare me. God damn it.
For me, I always thought that sound
I
sounded
hate
like...
you!
For me, that always sounded like
Why?
someone shattered a window and then played it in slow motion.
You know
For
it's
some
funny,
reason,
when
that's...
you freaking fuck up the PS1 BIOS, you get a lot of creepy shit that results.
I've seen the corruption video. Like, there's this one guy's YouTube channel where he corrupts different PlayStation... Not corrupts. Yeah, I think it was there's this guy who either corrupts the BIOS and then shows like a bunch of weird like system like glitches and error screens that each of the PlayStation consoles have.
Well, yeah, like mainly it was the PS. Like the scariest thing the PS3 had was the freaking baby commercials, but freaking.
I feel like consoles should have more, like nowadays, like they have their own like UI and design and all that, but they don't really have stuff that like stands out. If that makes sense. Like they don't really like the only thing that I would say that really stands out that comes to mind is one, the PS4's like actual background music for each of for its menu, and the Switch's like buttons when you press the certain icons, like the weird bird and like the crank and the weird DS sound for the more apps. Other than that, no consoles really have anything like the weird error screen or like, I don't know, they don't really have that anymore, which I think is
supposedly on Wikipedia, according to Wikipedia anyway, the GameCube actually has a screen of death.
Yeah. I know most of the GameCube screens.
I've never seen the GameCube screens.
I know of the... Do you know of the GameCube startup Easter eggs? I'm sure you do, right?
Yeah, you know, like when you hold down a button, you get like different noises based on what you do.
There's like 3 or 4, but there's one where I'm pretty sure you have to hold down your shoulder buttons on all 4 controllers. Or it's either, I think it's Z button, no, actually. You hold down Z on all 4 controllers being plugged in, and it plays like this weird samurai sounding opening.
Yeah, I know that. I don't know what one of the one with a single.
It's like a weird baby one.
Let's go in.
I don't know what this, and then I think one with DK bongos has like a. There's even one with DK bongos.
Yeah.
The train will be arriving shortly.
Boo 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 boo.
I'm not gonna lie, I think that PS1 fucking nightmare sound. I don't know what they call it. What do they call that sound?
Personified fear is the sound I play, yeah, but there's a few others like fearful harmony that exist.
Oh, Fearful Harmony, that's what it was. Okay.
No, the one you listen to is Personified Fear.
I'm pretty sure they're the same name. Like,
no, Fearful Harmony. Fearful Harmony has the scary sound a bit less prominent, and then it's silent for a little while. And basically what happens is, it's, you know the part of the PS1 logo where it goes, dun diddling, dun dun dun, that one?
I do.
Basically in Fearful Harmony, it tries to do the diddling, but frickin' it's barely able to do it, and it plays it at a very frickin' slow pace, and basically what you get are probably the creepiest chimes you will ever hear.
The bells of hell are ringing.
Pretty much, and the thing is, you're like greeted with like 30 seconds of silence before they even start.
Yeah, so you're just waiting there and that noise happens. Very weird.
Well, the reason why it does that, and this isn't a really good explanation because it's extremely technical, but basically the gist of it, from what I understand, is the reason why is because it's trying to read data, and when it reads specific data on a regular PS1 disc, then it actually goes through the BIOS startup as normal, but for some reason it seems to depend on either the BIOS itself without a disc inside or with the disc inside. If you try to get a disc to be fucked up in such a way where it's technically readable but it isn't at the same time, then the PS1 will force itself to read the disc, but because it's not able to read it properly, it for some reason slows down the startup BIOS, and that's what causes the fucking slowdown of the instruments, and that's why it makes those sounds in the first place.
Well, the version you had no sounds. Like, literally, it's just the scary sound, and that's where it ends. So I guess in that case, it just completely fails to load the rest of the music.
Well, I mean, I think it's just the same thing either way, though.
Well,
Like,
it's
kind of
it's the same. I guess you could say it's the same cause, but I mean, from what I hear, sometimes it's just the PS1's attempts to read the discs, and other times it's because you fuck up the BIOS.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I guess you could say it's like different reactions to how it reads it.
It's really weird. Like, it fucking forces itself to read a disc, even though it can't actually read the disc, and it just kind of dooms itself for some reason. I don't know why it was programmed like that. It's really strange.
I mean, it makes sense to program it that way, to try its hardest to read a disc, so. But I guess the way it's just executed just kind of is garbo.
Yeah, but what I was gonna say before we got into that separate topic of technological stuff was, the whole thing I was gonna say was that I think the sound just triggers something in my head that makes me get paranoid for some reason. Like, when I hear specifically the personified fear sound, or I guess fearful harmony as well, even though I think they're the same thing anyways, but it just triggers something in my head that just makes me get fucking paranoid all of a sudden, and I have to look behind me constantly.
You know, it's funny. I researched scary logos for a while. It's funny. The same thing happened with me. Not really with the PS1 logo, but it happened with Klasky Chupo. It happened with the Vid Mask.
You know, it's weird. I always got that feeling when I was a kid, but never anymore. No matter how scary the intros and stuff. But, like, when I see logos and, like, hear sounds like that, it does kind of remind me when I was a kid.
Like, it's funny
and,
because basically
I
would get...
Fear of the dark kind of thing.
Basically, I would get paranoid in two different ways. One, if I'm sitting in a quiet room, I would be worried that whatever logo is just going to come out of the screen out of nowhere. Well, actually, more specifically, once I felt the paranoia, basically, it's dark, it's nighttime, everybody's asleep in upstate New York, and I just have the blank TV. I'm feeling paranoid the TV's gonna turn on, and the fucking whatever it was I was paranoid of was gonna come on the screen.
Okay.
Like,
the best I could explain my paranoia is, like, it feels like there's someone in the room with you, or, like, someone breathing, and you have to, like, look around, and it feels like your back is always unsafe. You just feel, like, extremely unsafe.
That's me right now, Jesse. That is me literally right now.
Now I feel bad.
Also, Schnick, I kind of felt the thing you were talking about one time, though instead of it in real life, it was actually, unfortunately, in a nightmare situation. Basically, what was happening was, this is when Smash 4 was a brand new game, and I have caught wind of this very unique glitch that only seemingly one person had, and Jesse, you should know what I'm talking about. But
contorted models where they get all messed up.
Yeah, for Schnick, in case you don't know, one person had this unique glitch for the Wii U version of Smash 4, where all the models were fucked. Like, literally all of them were just totally fucking screwed.
Wow. They all looked like creepypastas. Like, it was weird. They were, like, melty. They would get stuck in the floor. Like, it wasn't, like, something like GTA or something where it's, like, their models clip. They like, look really gross and like freaky. Almost like, you know, those Sims models, Schnick, that get messed up, the corrupted Sims 3 models. That's kind of what they look like, to give you a reference.
Oh, and you know what's worse? It was a real thing. And the reasoning why it was real is because that person uploaded images on the now discontinued Miiverse. It was on Miiverse. If that was on Miiverse, then that's gotta be real. Like, it just has to be.
It is a real glitch. I have no idea how it happened, and it was during the launch. Like, it was within the first month of the Wii U game. I remember it specifically. Not on Miiverse, but I think a YouTube video talking about it or something. But I know I heard about it. I'm not sure how. Like, I do remember learning about it during that time, but I don't remember how. Maybe it was through Vinny. Maybe he was talking about it in a BRB or, like, a before the stream talk thing. Like, a real long time ago, but I don't remember. Through the Wii U. How?
Okay, how I found out was I woke up very early in the morning because of school that I still had to do back then. This was when I was in high school still. And fucking I'm looking on YouTube while eating a cereal in bed like I normally would at the time. And I fucking see Etika's video on the topic.
Oh, that's probably what I thought, right?
And that's when I fucking first learned about it. Etika's video. And the worst part was that it was like probably 5, 6 a.m. in the morning, and the sun wasn't even up yet.
It's probably
so it was
around
still
10
fucking dark outside. And I was scared from the start. Like, I was like, oh god, and unfortunately, I ended up getting a nightmare about that, which is really fucking rare for me to get a nightmare nowadays, but man, this one was really fucking bad for me because I remember it starting off being me in my bedroom, and I turn on the Wii U, and then the Wii U startup apparently glitches somehow, I guess. And then fucking the Smash 4 model glitches, just how they were in real life, appears, and I just get more and more fucking freaked out. And eventually I wake up fucking scared as fuck in the middle of the night. And I was just, like, not in an okay situation at that point. Like, I was mentally not okay right then and there.
I hate when you wake up from nightmares in the middle of the night and it's like completely quiet and all you hear is like your breath and your heartbeat. It sucks.
And it's dark, pitch black.
Pitch black.
It was so bad for me that I literally hid under the covers completely because I was just so fucking scared.
For me, for some reason, when I was little, I had a huge problem with the whole paranoia feeling. It got so bad, like so extremely bad, that even if the house was full and if it was like I could hear other people and all that, if I was in a room by myself, even with the lights on or off, I still felt that. Like, I had it really bad, like for a certain amount of time, for like a few years. It eventually died down, but like that paranoia is like something that I haven't felt in a long time.
It's, well...
Oh yeah, Nick. Also, that nightmare is... in the nightmare, I also felt like that the models were gonna come out of the screen as well. So, they didn't actually come out of the screen in the nightmare, but in the nightmare, I felt like that's what
what was gonna happen. Well, here's the thing.
So I know where you're coming from. I gotta take a call.
Well, Jesse, I felt... So, Jesse, do you know about the vid mask?
It sounds familiar, but I don't think I know
Basically,
exactly.
it's a Russian logo where basically this Chinese-looking mask, I think that's what they wanted to base it on, like... Maybe it's a Buddhist mask, I'm not entirely sure, but... Basically...
It sounds a little familiar, but
let's
I don't
just
know.
say it's considered one of the scariest logos ever made. And at one point, when I first saw it, I didn't think I was afraid of it, but then when I found I was climbing the basement stairs to like, go to the first floor of my house, freaking, out of nowhere, I just had this feeling the mask was following me up the stairs. Like, I don't know, it was like the perfect atmosphere, like it was quiet, the stairs weren't very lit well, and I had the music from the logo playing in my head, so freaking, I don't know, it was just the perfect combination.
Mm-hmm. You know what's weird though? Specifically, apparently the paranoia that I've had, apparently, is only happens when I'm in New Mexico. Cause, I don't get it over here, but that strong paranoia, I visited back in New Mexico, and I've had really bad anxiety every single time I go back there, and I have no idea why. Back to my home state.
Fucking, oh my god.
He looks a lot like
Wow, I
you.
heard the freaking...
Are you still taking a call?
Yeah, that was his ringtone.
Okay,
Just
well.
saying.
But yeah, Klasky Chupo made me feel like that for...
Call me for one other thing.
Huh?
You called me for one other thing.
Oh, what happened now?
Instead of texting me this one simple thing that she needed to tell me, she instead called me, telling me that before I went over to her friend's house, I needed to call her so then she can unlock the door.
Okay.
I don't know why she couldn't have just texted me that.
Wow.
And I'm still paranoid. I'm still in a paranoid state right now, so that's great.
Sorry about that.
I didn't think it was gonna affect me that much.
Neither did I. Freaking. You know, it's funny. When I first rediscovered Klasky Chupo, I was in that paranoid state for, like, several years, actually. But now, freaking Klasky Chupo is, like, subject of freaking memes to me right now.
Yeah.
One other thing that made me really paranoid for a while.
Yes.
I know I told Schnick. I don't know if I told Jesse, but basically, I was watching this video from a person that goes by Daniel T Gaming, and it was covering logos. And
oh yeah, I already know about that. The cat logo. The cat logo. I know what you're talking about.
Oh, that logo. That's right. That one.
Yeah, I want to say fuck whoever made that.
Yeah, I remember the whole situation because you even shared it on Discord and all that. So
it's even reported that another logo just like it is reported to exist, but right now there's no visual evidence.
And I still can't believe that it wasn't even intended to be a message that the cat died, and yet the cat fucking dies anyways.
Like, it's funny, like, suppose... Well, it's kind of morbid, actually. Supposedly, what I meant about the reported other logo is that it was said at the time the production company loved to signify that their shows were ending by making the cat freaking die in the freaking logo of the last episode.
Yeah.
Of every show. Basically, the report, so, the one that you saw had the cat hooked up to a life support machine that flatlines. Sorry to bring it up. Sorry to bring it up as an example.
No, it's my fault, but fuck.
Sorry to bring it up as an example, but freaking the other logo that is rumored to exist, but we have no evidence it exists, was for a Western show. Basically, it has the cat doing a stick-up, and it gets fucking shot.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
On a Western show produced by the company, apparently the cat appears wearing cowboy makeup, does a stick-up with a revolver, and supposedly gets freaking bullet barraged. Like straight out of a Looney Tunes cartoon.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, the last time I got a nightmare specifically where I knew I was scared, because I've had like scary dreams that should have been nightmares, but I just wasn't scared in them. The last thing that like truly scared me when I was in a dream, and this is the weirdest thing I have ever experienced. It's like a mixture of sleep paralysis, the weird falling asleep thing, lucid dream. It was so weird. It blurred the lines between reality and like whatever the heck my brain was thinking of. And I may have told this once or twice or something before. I'm not sure if you remember that much. It's so I still think about it to this day because it's just so weird. Basically, it was a few years ago, and one of my friends came over to sleep over, right? And he was laying on the couch. I was laying on my bunk bed, and he falls asleep, and I start to drift off, and I start thinking about random stuff. I don't know specifically what, but I remember I was like really thinking, and I was in that state of mind where it's like an hour or 30 minutes before you actually sleep, right? And you don't really remember those 30 minutes or hour before you sleep, but I remember all of that like very like strongly, specifically on that day. And as I was falling asleep, it felt like I was like still awake and aware that I was falling asleep, if that makes sense. Almost like two separate things going on at the same time in my head. It was really weird. Like it's like I was falling asleep, but like I was like outside of that and awareing that, and that's very weird. I remember feeling like hyperactive during that day, but it was just weird. And as I was falling asleep, I closed my eyes and I tried to relax, and I remember just not thinking about anything at all because I was getting to that point where I just wanted to sleep. So I shut off my brain. I purposely tried to stop thinking, and then I felt my heart slow down, and I just started breathing, and then I get that weird falling back feeling, you know? Like before you fall asleep. I know some people have had this, or like you try to go to sleep and you just wake up suddenly with a jolt. I started feeling like I was falling backwards. Like I've done like really far down, and I felt it. Like it was so strong. Like it literally felt as though I just started falling out of nowhere.
Jesse, you know, weirdly,
And
sometimes I get
wait.
that feeling in bed.
Yeah, I know. It's like a common thing. But see, the weird thing about this specifically, I've had it before too, except it wasn't as strong as this time. Like this, it felt like as though I was like physically fully falling, not just like a little bit. Like you sometimes get and you get a little scared and you like jolt awake. This, it felt like I fell like a good like 2 stories down, like physically. And and I was, and then it felt as though I opened my eyes in a dream world, right? And I was like in like this weird space area. Like it was as though I started dreaming instantly, which doesn't make sense if you know how sleep and dreamings are supposed to work. It's supposed to have to do with like REM sleep and like you're supposed to go through stages, but I was like instantly dreaming. And I was like in this space-esque area. It was really dark. I was hearing weird noises, kind of like the PlayStation freaking hell sound and all that. Like it was really weird, and I remember specifically feeling as though there was stuff crawling all around me, and that I jolted awake because I saw that and I jolted awake. And then this is the weirdest part of this. This is the scariest and weirdest part. When I woke up, I swear to God, my vision was blurry and messed up, and I saw like these weird like shadow things, almost as though they were walking on me, like on top of me. They weren't on 2 legs, but they were like on 4 legs, and they looked like big insect bugs, almost like the last Plagas. But they were like only like silhouettes. And these were so vivid. I remember that I stared at them for like a good 5 seconds and saw them slowly disappear. And I screamed, like when I was in there. Like I jolted up. I looked at that for like 5 seconds and I screamed because I literally could not believe what I was seeing. And they slowly faded away. Like it was so weird. I screamed. And as it turns out, I was only laying there for like 4 minutes or something. Like all that happened in a span of like two minutes or something. Like I thought I was asleep for much longer than that. Because my friend was also trying to fall asleep, and he just goes, "What? What happened?" And then I just kind of sat there, like, just completely shook. I'm not sure if I told this story before. I might have a long time ago, maybe not in such detail. It's something I think about a lot because it's just so weird. And I've never had, or I haven't heard anyone talk about. I've heard people talk about the falling back type of thing, but never like the weird sound and like the space hellish soundscape with these weird creatures. I've never heard anybody talk about that. And like what it sounded like, it literally sounded like the weird gross sounds of like the PlayStation corruption, like the Hell's Bells or whatever that sounded like. It was like so freaking jarring. And the thing is, it felt like a mixture between a dream and real life. It was so like I was so shocked. I was so scared. It was so weird. That was the last time I remember being like really scared from anything sleep related. And it was so weird because I can't call it nightmare, sleep paralysis, or anything like that. It was just so sudden and shocking. It was so weird.
Wow.
But from that point onward, I stopped having that paranoia feeling. Like in nightmares, like I haven't had a nightmare since. Like if I do have a normal nightmare, I'm just like not scared in it, if that makes sense. But that paranoia feeling, I do kind of get when I go back to Mexico for whatever reason, but yeah.
You know, it's weird. Anytime I do have basically what you could call nightmares, where anytime I do wake up, I'm like, basically, lots of times it feels so real. Then when I wake up, I'm like, oh, thank God it isn't.
Yeah.
Like, earlier in this stream, I talked about a situation where I once dreamt that I was given like $1,000 for some reason, and somehow I got it robbed from me being stupid. And, like, I felt so immensely guilty that when I woke up, I was still feeling guilty about it until I realized, oh, wait a fucking minute, I didn't actually get robbed. It was...
It was just your dream.
Mm-hmm, it was just that.
It's ridiculous. I've had stuff kind of like that where I have a dream. I once had a dream that I thought was really interesting, and then like immediately after I'm like, wait, this dream's freaking stupid. But, yeah, I don't know, I've had stuff like that.
You know what?
I had a dream. Okay, you go. Oh, okay. So I had a dream that seemed really life-changing and like really crazy, but then when I thought about it and actually replayed the events in my head, I realized how stupid it was. So, and I felt like an idiot.
There was a dream that made me feel really guilty about something I did in it. This is Redream. Okay, this dream was just overall retarded, and it was just like, why did I have this dream? So, all I remember basically, which is probably the whole dream to be honest, is that I was in my bedroom, and this was when I was still living in Colorado, I'm pretty sure. I was in my old bedroom, and apparently I had a fucking gun in my hand for some reason. I was looking out one of the windows in my room, and then my mom comes in, and then I kill her for no reason.
Okay.
And then I feel bad that I killed her, and then I woke up, and I'm like,
wow,
why?
I had a dream where freaking Child's Play doll, freaking Chucky, was posing as my brother, comes up to my mom and then stabs her. I actually had a dream where freaking Chucky stabbed my mom. It was freaking stupid. But I've had dreams before. I do not want to talk about them where I feel really guilty. This is, I will tell you, it's just really, really bad, like really messed up dreams. And that I felt so bad after that I wanted to throw up. Like, it literally physically felt like I wanted to throw up because of how bad the dream was. And it wasn't a nightmare, it's just like, I just felt so guilty for like no reason. It was so bad that I almost felt like physically sick in my sleep after I woke up. And I don't want to talk about those dreams. I don't think I ever will. So.
What the fuck?
Even off stream, I don't think I'd even talk about them off stream. That's how bad I felt about those dreams. Still.
I think my paranoia is finally going away. That took a long ass time.
What? Did it take Schnick Rage?
No. I just feel... I'm starting to feel comfortable actually facing my computer now, because for the past fucking... Who knows how long... I've literally faced towards my door because I was that paranoid, and now I'm actually starting to face towards my computer.
You
not
know,
be so worried about it anymore.
Can I say the strangest thing I got afraid of?
What?
Does anyone remember the Scooby-Doo PS1 game I played for YouTube once? Also one of the games Brandon pretended to destroy.
Night of a Thousand Frights, or no? Or am I not, or do I not know my Scooby-Doo games?
Yeah, Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase.
Oh.
On PS1. Basically, the fourth boss in the game is with this stupid-looking T-Rex that's colored purple, which has caused many YouTube videos of the boss fight to jokingly call him Barney.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, this boss fight actually scared me as a kid.
Well, is he just too purple?
Not exactly. I guess you could say part of the reason was because, simply put, when the boss fight starts, the boss is not even visible. It's hiding inside a cave that's at the edge of the map. So, the fact that you can't see it at first can be unsettling to, like, a little kid like me when I was playing it.
Mm-hmm.
And when it does pop up, I guess its animations were so janky that it just kind of freaked me out back then.
I can understand that. There are weird stuff that I get scared of in games.
And
stuff that no one should be scared of at all.
Honestly, I'd say probably the scariest part for me is back then. Nowadays, I just think the whole thing is stupid, but back then, the scariest part for me is the part where it actually starts to come out of the cave.
Wow.
Because, literally, when, like, first you have to, like, survive, like, this little meteor shower thing, and then right after that, you hear stomping noises and you see dust at the cave, and then finally the character model pops out. And the way it enters the way it just slowly entered kind of freaked me out back then. Basically, one night when I was in upstate New York, because I was playing the game actively at the time when I was a little kid, basically, I was afraid the exact same thing was going to happen on my blank TV screen. Because, I mean, wouldn't look far off, freaking... That's how literally the boss enters from a black void at the back of the stage.
Wow.
And then literally all it has to do is come out, do its stupid-ass roar, and then just do its stupid charge at me. By the way, its charging animation looks ridiculous.
Freaking,
I'll see it.
Oh, you care to know the best part? You want to know what this stupid T-Rex's roar sounds like in-game? Nothing like Jurassic Park. You know what it actually sounds like?
Me.
No, actually, it would have
That's a
been.
new sound.
It would have been freaking funny if that's what it actually sounded like, but no, its sound effect is more like basically what happens when freaking a baby T-Rex has too much to drink. You're kind of far off. You're not far off, actually. All you have to do is make it higher pitch.
Wow.
Good wording before you corrected yourself. You're kind of far off.
You're not far off. My mistake.
Jesse.
What?
Did I tell you that I beat a game recently?
Was it Mario Odyssey?
Oh no.
But was it Superstar Segig?
No.
Was it Ultimate? Was it?
It's not any of the games I
Was
played.
it Starfy for the Nintendo DS? Was it Kingdom Hearts? Was it?
No, you can stop guessing because
Was
you're
it
not
the Star Wars game? Was it the Star Wars game for your Game Boy?
What Star Wars game?
The one for your Game Boy Advance. Or was it a DS game? I think it was a DS game, actually.
No, it was originally a Game Boy, and then they had a DS port, which added like new sections, and it was the new sections were Starfighter sections, pretty much. And also, I beat that as a kid, so that's not even a candidate.
Well, you care more about that Star Wars game than you did Mario Galaxy. I just want everyone on the stream to know he cared more about that Star Wars DS game than he did Mario Galaxy.
I didn't even have Mario Galaxy when I beat the Star Wars game as a kid, so you can shut up, fuck.
Still care more about that game than Mario Galaxy.
Turn on the organization.
Alright, anyways, go on.
So, okay, basically, in 2013, I got Pokemon Diamond, and I played it for a while, and then apparently stopped for whatever reason.
Oh.
And I come back to it, and you're not gonna believe this. I fucking did my antics yet again, because I left off with 7 of the 8 badges collected.
You always end games right before the end. I never get why. It's with every game.
And including Pokemon Diamond of fucking course.
Also, I should have guessed a Pokemon game, because the last time I heard from you, it was about freaking Pokemon, because you're all interested in the one video, so...
What?
There's no knowledge that has the power.
Last time I remember, you were watching videos with Brandon about weird Pokemon stuff in the DS games, so...
Nobody doesn't
Oh my
Christ.
Yeah, specifically I was at the point where I still need to pretty much ruin Team Galactic. I need to get a specific key too. But like, here's the problem though. I was so confused on what exactly I was supposed to do, because fucking, even though Pokemon Diamond has this feature where, like, there's a journal, basically, that automatically keeps track of what you've been doing in the game, but that wasn't exactly helpful, because I needed very specific information on what I was doing, and I had the last city I needed to get to for the last badge locked off still, and I still needed a Pokemon with Rock Slide. So I went to the game corner, because I was in the city with the game corner that also had the rest of the story stuff in it. I went to the game corner thinking, oh, I need to get a TM there because I fucking get, I guess. So I wasted an hour of my time trying to luck myself out of getting the TM. I look up a guide because I can't figure out how to get the TM from the game corner, and it turns out that the TM that I was trying to get wasn't even Rock Slide. It was something completely different. So, hour of my time gone, and then I slowly realized that, oh wait, these Pokemon I haven't technically caught, these are traded. Because most of my team had traded Pokemon, apparently. And one of them had Rock Slide the entire time.
Wow.
So...
Almost as dumb as the freaking key in the back of Schnick's pocket in RE2 Remake. He was
Oh
walking
my,
around for 40
Jesse,
minutes.
I was thinking about that. Like, and then you have Brandon's response. So what I'm guessing happened is when you picked it up, you didn't examine it, so it just said key, and you didn't think anything of it.
Old dusty key.
I mean, I still can't believe I didn't even try that key on the freaking door. And I spent, like, freaking, I don't even know how much time wandering around aimlessly. Like, freaking, that was a dark side kill moment.
I think it was 28 minutes, exactly. Because I actually went back and timed it.
Wow.
Yeah,
You just went brain dead with your
mon. I had the Pokemon, and then I had to still figure out what exactly I needed to do, and then I eventually get the key I need to get. And then, okay, here's the funny part. So, basically, I kicked Team Galactic's ass yet again, and then I guess the leader went off to a mountain in a different part of the game, and I needed the fucking guide again because I didn't know where the fuck the mountain was, because I probably didn't play the game enough to remember.
Do you not have a map?
The map didn't show you where the... No, the map doesn't show you where the mountain is, though.
Wait, so the map of the area does not show you where mountains are?
No, but it shows you lakes. Yeah.
That just sounds stupid.
Yeah, it's not right. So, I had to look up the guide yet again to figure out where the fuck the thing was at. And then, oh wow, they changed this fucking launcher. Okay, I find the mountain, and I get through it, and then we get up to the final fight of Team Galactic, and then I was basically tasked to deal with fucking Dialga. It's the Pokemon that controls time, apparently. And fucking...
I do not know any Pokemons. So,
yeah, well,
just letting you know.
Dialga is the Pokemon you'll get in...
That controls time. Okay.
No, it does.
Oh, yeah. But like...
it actually does.
Is this a legendary?
Yeah.
Okay, that's all you have to say. Just say the legendary. That'll make more sense to my puny, small, non-Pokemon brain. So...
Yeah. Well, anyways, so... Here's the funny thing about the legendary fight. So you'd expect legendary fights to be really cool and epic.
Will it work?
Well, basically how my fight went was I threw one quick ball and instantly caught it. Yep. One quick ball and it was just caught instantly. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And the fight didn't even last 30 seconds. It was less than 30 seconds.
Why'd you even throw it in the first place? You just kind of walked up to it and just like, I'm the best trainer of all time. Get in this bowl. And then you just win. Game win. It's stupid.
Yeah. It was... Yeah, I was fucking laughing when that happened. I was honestly expecting the game to be like, lol, no, you're not gonna catch this fucker that easily. No, the game's like, oh, quick ball? Yeah, alright.
No, it just be like, I'm surprised there's not even a freaking mechanism for that. Like, what if there was like a freaking like 100% Pokemon thing or something, and you found like the perfect RNG manipulation or something, and like it was just perfect. for some reason. Like, I wonder if that's what happened, because that's honestly ridiculous. I mean, I've seen some crazy Pokemon stuff. There was this one Let's Play, so I think it was Trigger Conroy. He was playing a Pokemon game. I was mostly watching it for his commentary and his stories. But freaking, he goes and he tries to go and catch a coughing, and he accidentally comes across a shiny coughing, like out of the blue for no reason.
God damn.
Yeah.
But guess what? My story gets even better.
I
So
can't just imagine that Pokemon being like, "Sup, bitch," and then he's just like, "Oh shit," and then he just gets captured. It's actually over.
I threw the ball so fast that the legendary didn't even realize it in time.
In time, even though they control it.
Yeah.
It was.
If I had
than...
platinum version, I would not be able to make that joke. But yeah, my story actually gets better. So, after I catch the legendary itself, I finally get to go to the last fucking city, finally, and I got through Victory Road pretty easily, not gonna lie, and then eventually I get to the League, and I fucking apparently had to face my rival one last time, I guess. Well, one last time in the main story. I don't know if post-game content has you fight him again, but yeah, I had to fight him in the game, technically, the last time, as far as I know of. And his team was apparently piss fucking easy. I think it's also noteworthy to point out that because these were traded, the levels of the Pokemon were going to be a lot different from where I should actually be, and some of my Pokemon were, I guess, a little over-leveled. I had a Pikachu in my team, and it was about where it should be. And then I had
Pikachu level 98.
Why is she calling me again? Hold on.
Wow, that was surprisingly easy. Jesse, the freaking super boss version of this fight is freaking ridiculous.
Okay, I'm back. God damn, she told me the same exact thing as before. Nothing new.
Why? Why would she call back just to say the same thing?
And she tells me to call her when I leave, and then she calls me to tell me everything I already knew.
My mom still tells me what specific parts she needs clean, and like how to put the leash on a dog, even though I've been doing it for many years. So
it's not even that hard to put a leash on a dog.
It's like the full leash thing, not the stupid. Like,
are you talking about the harness?
Yeah, harness. I mean. But
okay, well, all right. Yeah, harness is for me difficult.
But I always.
Well, the thing is, my dog, he always just wears his harness, whereas the other dog that Uncle Wally has, we take the harness on and off of her.
So, anyways, as I was saying, so yeah, my Pikachu was where it should be. The other rest of my team were a little bit over-leveled, and I want to point out that my starter was a Piplup, and apparently I somehow scored a trade with the grass starter at its final evolution at level 61 when everyone else should be at level 40.
How? What did you do?
So
freaking
here's the thing.
Eddie Con did you do to get that?
So here's the thing. Somehow I scored a trade, and the thing about this is there was only one person that I could have traded with. And I'm not even kidding, because I only played Diamond with one other person, and it's an old friend of mine that I'm currently working on getting back in touch with. And I know for a fact that we played Diamond. We even faced each other. He probably used the same or like a different but same Pokemon. I don't know. And somehow I happened to get that fucking overpowered Pokemon in my team. And I don't know if it was like a situation where it was like, oh, can I borrow it to try it out or something, and then we just forgot, or if it was like an actual meaningful trade and it's like, here you go, have fun. I don't want it anymore. So I don't know. But yeah, apparently I just have that one in my team. So yeah, that happened. And
oh my fucking god.
Overall, my team pretty much just wrecked my rivals in every way. It was not even a contest. So after I kick his ass, then I go to face the Elite Four. And also another thing to keep in mind is that I didn't even bother intentionally grinding at this point. I did not grind at all from when I started playing again up to this point. And it was a fairly short amount of time that I played this. Like, it wasn't really too long, I think. But, I got to face the Elite Four. The first two ended up being fine.
Looks like my summer vacation.
And then the last two, I started really struggling. Especially one of them, where they literally spammed fucking double team, and double team raises evasiveness sharply, as the game puts it. And when you spam the move, apparently you can make your Pokemon pretty much impossible to hit. So,
wow.
I was literally stuck trying to hit this one Pokemon, and I was just stuck in a loop where I couldn't hit the thing no matter what, and I had to basically rely on RNG in order to get the final hit I needed to win the fucking battle. And it costed so much fucking PP to use. It was ridiculous. But eventually I did it, and at this point, I'm kind of freaking out because I didn't think I was going to get that far in one try up to that point, and I didn't think I had I didn't think I had items to help restore PP. For some reason, I thought PP up. Yeah, just I know you're laughing. Sorry, that's what they call it.
No, I know. I actually know.
Wait,
Yeah,
Adam,
I
can I butt in for a second with an unrelated thing?
What?
Freaking Doom 3 on Switch, because I'm testing it out right now. I am surprised how much effort was put into it. They actually fixed a couple of the problems I did have with the 360 version.
Let's see.
Wow.
Like, in the 360 version, so you know L3 and R3 where you press the stick down?
Oh yeah.
In order to sprint in the 360 version, you basically have to click down on the left stick, and you have to simultaneously keep it clicked down while you're trying to move the stick forward in order to sprint.
Damn.
Like, it's not like Call of Duty where you click it once and you keep sprinting until you let go of the stick. No. I mean, thankfully, Doom 3 is not the kind of game where you necessarily need to sprint, but still something that would kind of help out. And they kind of screwed up that control, like in the BFG edition on PS3 and 360. In the Switch version, so I can assume that the same goes for the PS4 and Xbox One versions, they changed it to where clicking the stick toggles the sprint. where you will just keep sprinting until you click the stick to untoggle it. So freaking they fucking fixed the sprint.
That's good.
And not to mention the game actually runs at a full 60 FPS on dock, so it's not like they had to make compromises. I mean, it is an old game, but still.
To me, that sounds like they fixed... Okay, to me that sounds like they went from a design that would probably slowly ruin your stick to a jarring control scheme.
Well, no, they changed it to a scheme that works a lot better. Not only did the original design have potential to ruin your stick, it just felt awkward in general to use. Like, moving the stick forward while trying to keep it pressed down at the same time. It's like, who tries that?
I don't know why you want to do that.
Holding up while pressing down, that's like the... I did that when playing freaking Call of Duty because I didn't know you just had to click it once.
Well, no, you just have to click it once, and thankfully Doom 3 basically does that same thing. I mean, it seems to be a toggle where you have to click it again in order to turn sprinting off, but still, it basically works the way it should.
Mm-hmm.
Well, anyways, you can continue Pokemon.
So, yeah, what I was gonna say was, I thought PP up was how you restored PP, and I don't know why I thought this. I was fucking dumb, considering that the description was literally right there, and I just didn't get it for some reason.
So your problem is that... So wait, your problem is that you had small PP. Sorry.
I want PP.
So anyways...
No, it's like Bon Voyage from The Incredibles PS2. I want PP!
So yeah, after giving my Pokemon some Viagra, I then realized...
Fuck, I didn't mean it like that.
After giving my Pokemon PP... Keep going.
So, fucking, after figuring out that Elixir was the item that I was trying to fucking look for, and that I realized I actually had the fucking item the entire time, I actually ended up using it because I needed it in a pinch really badly, and because I didn't realize that Elixir was the item, I didn't mass buy the item like I did with Potion and Revives, and also all the status healing ones. And because of that, I was just automatically low on elixirs in general, to the point where I actually ran out of elixirs, but it was enough to fucking get me the moves I needed. So then we get to the fucking champion herself, and at this point, I kind of ruined myself a little bit. Not too badly, but, like, here's the thing. If I lost right then and there, I would have had to redo the last Elite Four fight, and then the champion fight through resetting the game. But, I didn't want to fucking redo those fights at all, because if I lost, I was probably just going to be done for the day at that point. So, I fucking fight the champion, and eventually it gets to a point where she's on her last Pokemon, and she has literally ruined the rest of my team. I have nearly ran out of potions to the point where I am like right about to run out, and my strategy is literally revive one Pokemon and then do whatever I can with the most strongest fucking Pokemon, which is the grass type that I was talking about earlier, the fucking level 61 or 65 or whatever the fuck it was Pokemon.
I bet all the freaking people you destroyed with that Pokemon were just like, grass my ass.
Let's get to the station.
So yeah, the strategy was have 2 Pokemon able to fight. One of them will be used to give me time to revive the strongest one, and then the strongest one, I have to throw out, like, as many moves as I can before it faints, and also to tank 1 hit to revive another Pokemon to continue the loop. And at this point, I ran out of potions, so I can no longer heal my Pokemon. I don't have any max revives, only regular revives, so I can only heal them up to half their health, and this just ends up going on for a while. Oh, and not only that, but of fucking course, the final Pokemon that the champion had was a Lucario, and the worst part is that this Lucario beats my entire team in every single way possible, except for the strongest where it can tank hits, but even then, all my moves are literally just fucking weak against it. And I get to a point in the fight where I'm literally just like, you know what? I give up. There's no fucking way I can beat this champion. There's literally no fucking way. And I tried 3 of the 4 moves I had, which was, I think it was some, like, Leaf Blade, and then Grass Knot, and then Bite, which is a Dark-type move, and then, well, no, it was either Bite or Crunch. I think it was Crunch, but, yeah, it was a Dark-type move. All 3 of those were not very effective against Lucario, and the only other move I haven't tried was Rock Slide. And I say, you know what? Fuck it. Let's see what Rock Slide does. And of course, it's not very effective. And I'm literally, as I'm using the move, I'm like, okay, yeah, I give up. There's no fucking possible way. And then I notice Lucario is confused. And I'm like, I can win this! So, all my motivation restored instantly because of the fact that Rock Slide apparently confuses the opponent Pokemon sometimes, but the fact that it can is a fucking huge help. So, then the game taunts me by knocking out the Pokemon that has Rock Slide, and then having Lucario immediately recover from it very next turn. But then I continue using the strategy, except now spamming Rock Slide instead of any other move. And eventually, with fucking patience and me sweating my head off, worrying that I was gonna lose the fight because of a fucking critical hit or the other opponent just moving first for whatever reason, I finally fucking get the Pokemon to basically KO itself by confusion, and I fucking win the Sinnoh League.
So you basically just threw freaking rocks at Lucario's head until he punched himself to death.
No, I made a slide out of rocks and fucking smashed into the Pokemon.
You built
it's Rock Slide.
You built the Ed and Eddie slide, and then it got destroyed.
No, it's the Ed and Eddie slide that gets destroyed, and you combine it with Bob the Caveman putting on boxing gear, and he doesn't know what to do, so he just starts punching himself.
Yeah, it was insane. I still can't believe that's how I beat the game.
Sparrow's here, hello.
I was on the edge of my fucking seat the whole time. And then, yeah, I beat the fucking game pretty much. And then there's post-game content, but it doesn't seem like there's too much. Basically just fights that you can do in this battle tower, and that's about it.
The only games that I really do care about post-game content in are 3D Mario games, because they have really bad 100% completion-itis in 3D Mario games, so...
For me, well, honestly, if I were to play other Pokemon games, the 2 games that I would really, well, probably would really enjoy for post-game content stuff would be Heart Gold Soul Silver and Black 2 White 2. Black 2 White 2's post-game stuff looks so interesting to me, and Heart Gold Soul Silver, come on. Like, it's a whole second region. I mean, yeah, it's a revisiting of the last region, but still. And then you fucking fight, Red, like, fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, freaking, and here's me, who's played Fire Red with literally nothing but a Jigglypuff, crying as I lose many hours just for doing that one thing for no reason.
Jesse, here's a quick question. Did you want to see Spider-Man in a few minutes?
Sure, but maybe afterwards I might go to bed.
After I mean, Spider-Man's not a long game, so.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Oh, thank God, this is save point, so I can stop right here.
I know of the PS1 game, but I don't know of the freaking What If mode.
The What If mode? Do you have a general idea of how the game is supposed to behave?
I know that you kind of like swing out of the air out of nothing, really clunky looking, and you fight against the sludge monsters. And I know there's like some boss fights and stuff.
Alright, well.
Right now.
Okay, wait, what, Adam?
Okay, so this upload is taking way fucking longer than I anticipated, so I'm just gonna leave now so then my mom doesn't just fucking leave by the time I get there.
Alright.
So, I'm gonna get going
well,
right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna end this stream for like a couple of minutes. I'm gonna change the title and everything, and then I'll start it up again.
Alright. See you, Adam.
Well, I'll see you.
See ya.
Bye. Yeah, I need to go get something to drink real fast. I'll be right back.
And I need to take a bathroom break, so I'm gonna stop the stream for a little bit, and then I'm gonna set up the regular layout, change the title, and we'll be back in a couple of minutes. So, bye-bye.
Okay.